test, 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 test. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Like a rap. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2. We waiting on. We waiting on you. Testing 1 2 because we waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, dude, we got to do our TikTok live. I got to figure out. You guys, we're gonna be doing TikTok live pretty soon, but I got to figure out like how do we do that? You know what I mean? They won't send us a link. We need a link so we can send it. So we can go live.
Yeah.
What's the point of working all that hard? Doing all that hard work to
If
get
we
the
can't
daggone
get the,
followers,
if we can't
and we
get
can't go
right,
live. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying?
that's
They should
bullshit.
make that shit more easy. More simple.
Absolutely.
But hey, it's all good. It's all good. We about to get started. Appreciate you guys coming in. Say hey, say hi, so we know y'all there. All right, and then also share, man. Come on, y'all. Let's share so we can get this whole party started. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. You know. Um, Hope you guys had a great week. It went kind of fast for me. You know, I see people going in and out. Don't come in here and look at me and then go leave.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh, that's fuel, man. Man, I'll holler at him later. And it's funny, man. Some people they act like I see the show, but nobody. But man, say something in the comments. Talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we like that. That's our whole point up here. So you can speak out, say things that you love or think about the topics we're talking about today. You know what I'm saying? So give us a thumbs up, give us some likes. We appreciate it. We like all of that. We like all of that stuff over here. You know. But right now, we just kind of sharing. I know you guys, if you guys see the title, we're talking about domestic violence. Um, and have you been abused? It's more so the awareness of the domestic device, domestic domestic violence. You know what I mean? Um, and if you've been abused, you know. So we only get into that in a sec, but we just kind of giving you guys a minute to come in, so everybody can be all set and ready. Get your drinks, you know what I'm saying. Uh, Turn down your TV and watch your favorite show. Reasons on Fired Up Broadcast. That's what's up. Do I got to title that right, man? Reasons on Fired Up
Let me get some
Broadcasting
people
or
in here.
Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays? Yeah, it was Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays. I got too many fired up titles. Let us know you guys that you guys are there. Let us know. Let me give us some thumbs up. Most definitely share. You know, that's what we're doing right now. We're just sharing whatever, just so we can get people in. Once we get the people in, uh, and I appreciate the ones that actually come and watch us every Thursday at 5 p.m. Y'all dedicated. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. So continue to watch us and support your boy. You know what I'm saying? Who we got in here? Who we got in here? Greg, what's up, man? Greg, hey, Greg, you must want your battery, dog. That's why you here. Like, man, when you gonna get my battery? Nah, what's up, man? Appreciate you tapping in, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Uh, I was just sharing this stuff. Hey, man, Greg, why you here, Greg? Put this on all vinyl, man. I haven't been
Oh,
on there for a while. Huh?
music.
What? You still hear it? You hear
Yeah,
music?
yeah.
Really? You think they can pick it up that low? Cause I don't even hear it. Oh, you got the different headphones too.
Hmm.
You on the other. My bad. Nick is in the house. What's up with you, Nick? Nick, we got the Watson family. We got the Watson family today. That's what's up, man. Uh, what's up, Earl? I see Earl. I see you on the line, Earl. You need to come on in and jump in on this conversation we talking about today. You say you listening, Gallus? All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get some more people in here. We talking about domestic violence, you guys. That's the main topic of the day. But then we also talk. Well, I'm gonna give it to you after introduction. How about that? Give it to you after the introduction. You know, we just trying to get everybody in right now. That's all. Sharing. Yeah. Here, fat boy, you can talk.
What's
Look,
up, family? What's up, family? I'm working, man.
I know, right?
I'm working,
We both
sending it
over
out.
here.
What's happening, y'all?
Mhm.
Shit, go on and like and share. You know what y'all do. Like, share, subscribe. Man, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Your local friends is in the building. Man.
Tell
We
your
in the
mama,
building.
tell
We
your
here.
daddy, tell your
Tell
granny.
everybody. Now,
Right.
now don't get me coming to get y'all now.
Right.
So, man, matter of fact, since y'all here, man, tap in. What y'all do this weekend? What was so big? Give me some good news.
Right.
Give me some good news. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about the new year, man. We've been going strong, Fuel.
Man.
We've been going strong, man. Very
Yeah,
busy.
we got going to next year, man, with a big bang.
Yeah, we got to do something.
Big bang.
But we
Yeah,
doing.
what you got? What you got? What you got planned for Christmas?
Me and the lady, we cook it.
Anybody got a present for me?
We're gonna do some duck, and she making
Oh,
some.
she's cooking. I
Some
thought
other
y'all wasn't
stuff.
gonna cook this year. I thought you wasn't gonna cook no more. You said,
No, I ain't cooking for everybody.
oh,
That
so you ain't doing that.
sounded bad. That didn't sound good.
Right.
I'm just gonna do something for the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
I ain't gonna do nothing too crazy.
All right.
But you know, you welcome.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. If you guys is on Facebook, man, did we freeze? I look like I'm froze on Facebook.
Yeah, no, we gonna say we good.
No, Facebook. I was looking. Oh, okay. Uh, for you guys that's on Facebook, just share. You know, if you guys are on YouTube, do the same thing. Do the same thing. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to go on here. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to get it started? Let's go ahead and get it started, man. I think we gave people long enough time. People be running late and stuff like that, but that's okay. We all good. Here we go.
Turn it up.
All right, Val.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it.
I had it.
And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back,
they behind you for a reason.
Peace.
I love y'all.
The reasons that we're here.
What's up? What's up, you guys? It's your boy Fuel.
Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We here, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's
Y'all
up? What's
just
up?
tapped
What's up?
into Reasons, man, the place where you can give your reasons why you feel about the topics that we're talking about today. And hey, man,
Today we got a show.
we got a lot for y'all. All
Got
right,
some
we
shit
got a
for
lot for y'all. Domestic violence. Have you been abused? You know, and then we're going to give you some, statistics, a few, and then basically what you can watch out for to avoid from, being in a very violent relationship. You know what I'm saying? Then also we're talking about, have you ever asked yourself why you stayed in a toxic relationship? Yeah. Those, man, I think those are ones. That's enough to
pretty
talk
good.
about.
That's enough to talk about right there.
That's a lot to talk about.
Sound
Right
pretty
there,
good.
you know what I'm saying? So we got that, and then we also have real quick. I want to start off. I want to start off by saying welcome home to Britney Griner.
I don't
Welcome,
know.
welcome back.
It's on
Welcome back. Huh?
Carol, you come on me. I was
Is it
gonna
on
say,
me? It's
yeah,
on you.
that's on me. It was
Oh,
on me.
oh,
Yeah, because you were saying welcome back.
oh, because I
Yeah.
yeah. No, but yeah, welcome back, Brittany. Man, we traded her for a very, very,
A
very bad,
dangerous man.
dangerous Ken. And matter of fact, you was reading up about it, man. What was that? You was reading up
So
about?
he's he's a arms dealer who basically, let me tell y'all what this man went to jail for. First of all, let me let y'all know. Because y'all know I'm all about, I'm all about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wanted her home. So, like you said, welcome home, Brittany Griner. You know what I'm saying? And welcome home. But let me tell y'all who this guy is. So about a former Soviet military officer was serving a 25-year prison sentence in the United States on charges of conspiring to kill Americans, acquire and export anti-aircraft missiles, and provide material to support a terrorist organization. Bound has maintained his innocence. But that wasn't what disturbed me, y'all. Let me go on down here.
And one of my things is, man, just the
This is what kind of
what kind of
disturbed me.
game plan he might got. He's been locked up for a long time, dude. No telling what. But I do like the fact that we were, able to get her out of that situation, man, because that was actually, it was done, but it was actually done on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I think
For
they
the
they
main
got her.
reason
I
what they
think they
doing.
knew that she was. I think somebody knew that she was carrying bud. If they didn't plan it on her, shit. At this point,
Mm,
because it seems weird to me. They've been trying to get him, um,
for some years.
the Kremlin.
Mhm,
Google that. You feel me?
mhm.
The Kremlin has been trying to get this dude since they sentenced him in about, I think if I'm not mistaken, around they did a sting on him around 2008.
Mhm.
And what the FBI basically did was posed as the guerrilla group and was buying weapons from him. So what he's known as the Merchant of Death, the guy
Wow.
who they released
Wow.
they swap for. And so basically he's a terrorist, like a real terrorist. Like if y'all don't know if y'all have ever seen Some of All Fears
Uh-huh.
with Morgan Freeman and Ben Affleck, he like a terrorist like that.
Oh.
Like he dealing bombs,
Yeah.
aircrafts, guns, and then he fund like small armies and small wars. They said he's been from. It says something like Afghanistan, Sierra Leone. He's basically funded, uh provided all of the guns for these wars.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So very dangerous, man. But welcome home, Brittany Griner. I don't know. I was just telling Fuel she may have had to sit.
You said
She
so.
may have to sit a little longer, but it just shows
But
y'all.
but but you- but
It just shows y'all the pressure. We kind of put the pressure on them,
yeah.
what they have to do, because they basically gave up. They basically gave up a fucking war criminal for a joint.
Right.
When you really, when you really break it
Did you
down,
look up the other guy? The other
the other guy was his name was Crims,
Yeah.
Crims something,
Which
Chris
basically
something.
he's worth. I hate to say it. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Someone being worth more than the other, but he's basically, he's a guy, a military guy, whatever, and he's been there for he's serving a 16-year sentence and been there 4 years so far. And I'm sure
Paul Whelan.
Paul Whalen, okay, and he basically, I'm sure he's pissed. He's been there 4 years. You couldn't negotiate for him for 4 years.
I
But
think
then
that
I think
he trying to
the
get reelected
violations
by
are
the black people,
the
bro.
violations are different too.
It,
You know what
it,
I'm saying? Like she's there for just weed or whatever.
Mhm.
He's there for supposedly
War crime or something,
crime
right?
or no, they call him a spy.
Oh, they call him. They
Yeah,
call
they
him. Oh
calling
yeah,
him a spy or
yeah.
whatever.
You ain't coming home,
So
bro.
I mean, but then I don't know what the proof of him being a spy or not or whatever, but still, it says a lot though that someone that's been there for 4 years and yet you get this woman one out for she's been there what 10 months now.
Yeah, but it's also
Yeah.
the notoriety. They also knew that it was bullshit. They also knew that the whole reason why they got her right
Hmm.
was because they was trying to get this dude. You feel me? And Russia need him for the battle that they got going on against Ukraine. See, man, this
Yeah.
shit real strategic, man. And I love the way this shit is so blatant now, and we have so many platforms for news and news
Yeah.
outlets that we can no longer be blind to the resources and what's going on. Like all that shit we was watching in movies is real, man. They really doing underhanded deals. They really doing manipulating
I've
things.
always said
Conspiracy is real, y'all.
yeah I've always said that people that comes up with certain stories for like these movies that we watch.
Mm-hmm.
When they come up, it comes from somewhere.
They have to.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the creativity, and they might,
Maybe,
blow it up a
yeah,
little
may
bit
exaggerate.
and
Absolutely,
exaggerate
a
just a
lot of
little bit more.
exaggeration.
But the
There's some
basis,
truth there.
yeah,
There's
the
some truth
basic
there, man.
basis. You know what I'm saying? Just like the whole thing with the remember when the movie came out with Will Smith and what's the name of it?
Oh,
With the virus,
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. When
And
that
with the
came out,
coronavirus,
right?
kind of,
And then it came from
yeah,
somewhere.
for real.
They see this going on or whatever.
Yeah.
It's getting so bad in China right now because the virus is still there, and no, it's not. I can't say it's still there, but they're still making them wear
With a mask
the
and do all
mask
this
and all
stuff.
that stuff, whatever.
But
And
they
fix
don't
that
have no
stuff.
real rights over there. They in real
they
they
killing
real
people.
communists.
Yeah.
Like, before we go off on the tangent, but we really need to, even though we lived in a rough place, bro, we really need to appreciate the rights that we are blessed with. Because in China, bro, they don't have no freedom of speech. Like, you go on TV talk, you know how we be talking shit. We was talking shit. It was a whole song called "Fuck Donald Trump."
Right.
You feel me? They would have been dead.
Yeah.
No, for real.
That's
Like,
true. That's true.
they don't play around in China with any of that shit. So they basically control, because they under a communist regime. So
Yeah.
that shit tough over there, man. I pray for them, man.
That's what's up. Shout out to Chris McBride.
What's up, Chris? What's the deal?
He
that
said
trade wild
is
as shit.
wild, and then he said,
Yeah.
bro is like Reddington
On Mamas.
Blacklist.
No, for real though. He like Red. You ain't never seen Blacklist?
The show.
The
Blacklist?
show.
I
I advise you to watch that damn show. That's one of the best shows I ever watched.
don't know if I probably watch a couple of episodes, but not.
It's slow. It start off slow, but if you watch Blacklist, you will really understand what I'm saying. Like, Blacklist basically
So
about
like
what just
Reddington,
happened.
or me?
Huh?
Say who's like Reddington?
The dude that they release.
Oh,
Victor.
That's what he's saying. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he like Reddington. He like
right,
a
Chris,
real. He a real international criminal.
Ah,
Like, this ain't no, and that's why I'm like, I was sitting here like, she may have to stay a little longer, but because this ain't no motherfucking like swap or no convict stealing money and
right.
embezzlement or money laundering or shit. Even sex trafficking, not to say it like that, but you get what I'm saying? But shit, that's bad.
Right.
No, this dude different. He like a real war criminal.
Right.
Like,
right.
so we just released a war criminal.
Right.
I'm not sure on how I feel about that. I love Britney Griner. Shout out to Britney Griner for coming home. They shouldn't have never held her. Right. But that is a tough decision to make. Like, Joe Biden, I would not want to be you right now because they on your ass right now. You ain't even gotta tell me.
Yeah.
You ain't even gotta tell me. Like, that's technically, if I was the leader of the country, that's definitely a poor decision. Even though I'm happy she home.
Right.
But Joe Biden better than me because I might have not been able to pull a gun on Victor for Britney.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I would have been like, I can get y'all 3 other motherfuckers.
Right.
But you ain't getting him. But I got 3 for you though.
Yeah.
Like, I can give you 3 for 1, but you're not getting Reddington. You feel me? Like you say, like, you're not getting Reddington. Real shit.
Go ahead, read that, Chris.
Chris says Biden is a horrible GM. That trade is atrocious. I just can't fathom giving up an arms dealer for just anybody. I would have had to get a U.S. equivalent James Bond.
Right.
Facts.
That's real.
Facts.
That is fucking real.
Facts. I would have been like, we need Britney and we need Master, whatever his name is, Boctavius.
Yeah.
I'm giving him, you feel me? Boctavius.
Right,
we need him ASAP.
Yeah.
We need, matter of fact, we should have got Waylon for him.
Yeah. He should have been negotiating for both of them. Anybody that's
He
in
should
the
have been
fucking
pulling.
US.
I would have.
I mean,
If
from
you
the
want
US,
this arms
I would
dealer,
say, I don't know.
anybody that, if I was gonna give up the arms dealer, they would have had to give up every U.S. citizen,
Right.
that was in prison,
under
in their detention.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
Under their detainment, like, I would have been like, you gotta release him, and then I would have blew the motherfucking plane up before he made it to Russia. I'm just saying.
You
Soon
stupid.
soon as they freed him,
Uh-huh.
he would have been dead. I would have been dead before he even landed on the ground. I would have had to kill him and a couple of the people he know in the Kremlin.
Right.
And shout out to the Kremlin for making a hell of a deal. Like, damn,
I know,
Russia,
right?
Russia really different, and I really want y'all to know that Russia's really
Yeah,
different.
they on some different shit, man.
Russia different.
Yeah. Another other thing. All right, so let's get to the next one, man. Deion Sanders, dude. If you guys been paying attention to sports, you know Deion Sanders is no longer a Jacksonville. Is it Jacksonville, right?
No, it's Jackson State.
Jackson State. Shit, Jackson State. Jackson State. Uh, football coach, HBCU college, and you know there's a lot of controversy or a lot of no, I can't say controversy. I say opinions. There's a lot of opinions as to why he left, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, for him being, you know, somewhat, you know, black, and we talking about having our black owned building our black communities and sports and all that type of thing, whatever. And for him to have to go to a uh what league is that school?
It's
It's
I
mainly
think it's
it's mainly a white school though, right?
what, Colorado?
Colorado.
Oh yeah, that shit
Yeah.
Pac-12.
Yeah.
That's Division I football.
Division, yeah. So to a Division I, right?
So yeah, he went to a real. He
from a
really leveled
HBCU
up.
to a Division
He
One.
really leveled up.
Yeah. And so I think
how you feel about
the
it?
country.
Oh,
Well,
go ahead. Explain. You was explaining.
Well, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead,
Well,
go ahead,
and
explain.
the controversy behind it is the is feeling like a lot of people are saying just because he feel like that he's running to the white man basically. You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm saying?
wouldn't say that.
Or I mean that's what they're saying. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, it's not what I think.
No, that's
This is
what
what I'm saying.
that's what the
you know?
narrative is.
That's the narrative. But I want to let
You
you
got a
guys.
clip or something?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
see one of the reasons. If you actually look at, if you really break it down as to one of the reasons why he's, you know, uh, leaving and did what he did or whatever, it's always something. It's something behind that. As you can see, you guys. Uh-oh. Should be looking at when it comes to trying to make an opinion about someone that basically gave. He gave. So he has every right to go to where he
To
wants to
profit off
go.
of it.
You know what I'm saying? If there's more, because there's more to get. Because basically what he's doing is, to me, and this is my opinion, is he's paving the way. He's just one of those soldiers that's paving the way for other black coaches or other black staffs, or you know what I mean, to actually build or whatever. And as you can see, how many coaches do you see in the what you call it, A1? D1 class? How many black coaches are in that? To the point where
I'm not sure.
in the highest standard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure his whole goal probably is to get to the NBA. I mean NBA, the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's kind of my opinion when it comes to people always talking about he leads us whatever because he's black, and I that mumble jumble. Everything ain't always about that because there's always a bigger picture too, or
I
whatever,
do
by
think
his
that
character.
I do think that shout out Deon. Y'all know I'm always gonna play devil advocate. Shout out Deon, man, and the great job that he did down there in Jackson State. And then also shout out for him taking the opportunity and creating the opportunity for himself and eventually or basically coming out making more money. Boom. Now that's out the way. I think that I'm on both sides. I'm with you, Fuel, that he earned it, he deserved it. But then I'm also with the other people, kind of because I felt like it was strategic. I feel like it was the only place where he was able to do what he wanted to do because it was an HBCU and it wasn't Division I football, right? And so it allowed him to bring his son as starting quarterback. It allowed him to transfer his son from South Carolina University. From the Gamecocks, where he wasn't getting real play time, and bring him in and make him a pinnacle and an impactful part of that championship team that they ran. So he did use Jackson State for his benefit to show what he can do as a coach, to show that he can create something out of nothing. I think he did what Barkley said he did when he went to Auburn, right? He was like, all these guys, it was nobody over at Auburn. So I can make my name easier and faster. So I do think that he used the wave, as everybody is doing, right, of the popularity of HBCUs, of the popularity of homecoming. He was able to steal um
Players.
the number one one of the number one prospects in high school football away from Division I football. He brought a lot of notoriety to division to HBCU to I think they Division I, but it's like a tier of Division I, right? And so he brought a certain prestige to the campus. What I will say is because it's Deion Sanders, I'm not gonna give him a hard time because Deion Sanders
I don't. I
is
don't think.
very is for us.
Yeah,
Deion
that's what I
Sanders
said.
is the
I think
culture.
you know.
I think that he's also paving the way, like you said, for the next
Yeah, but
black
look at
coach or the future black coaches to be able to make their way,
but
maybe
look at
starting at an HBCU and being able to rise through the ranks.
I just think it's too many heads and opinions to the point where it's always going to be somebody negative.
Yeah,
It's
of
always
course.
going to be a negative or whatever too when someone does something that basically have done something great. Uh, you have to look at first of all, look how many teams he played for himself.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? All of that was to benefit him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's doing the job and they're wanting him because he's doing that job and he's great at it, and he goes to one place, he goes to one team, bam, breaking records, or you know what I'm saying, basically playing fucking well. Then you go to so that season's over. Hey man, we need to get you on our team. You know,
Yeah.
and well they only paying me 100,000. But we gonna pay you 500,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do?
We're gonna take the
You
money.
move. You move. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean? But that with that
I think it
said
was
is
a plan, though.
yeah,
right?
but
I
with
don't
that
think
said,
that it
that's
was.
the same thing in
Yeah,
the league when you
it was
that
more of a
was his
plan.
plan.
Yeah, it was
To
more of a
be
plan.
great enough to be
Yeah.
able to be
to
wanted
make the
for someone else. That's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Especially when you go in and you took a cut in order to help bring others up.
Yeah, I agree.
Why is there so much negativity spun
Well,
on that?
I
It
mean-
should not be any negativity spun on that bill because
Right.
the only one that spin that shit is someone that is selfish.
Right.
Because if you sit here and say, or how many, if you look at how many coaches that actually use their own money, you know what I'm saying, to kind of uplift the school and bring the school to the top or whatever, how many? It's not many that you can say that has done that. You know, I mean, I say that other coaches have never put any of their own money in to help with equipment, get them equipment, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying to this extent, to this level.
I mean, yeah.
You know, and to have a great team.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't argue
I
with
mean,
that, man.
let's be frank, right? Shit, we not talking about Jackson State without Deion Sanders anyway. I mean,
Exactly.
so he's
That
done
part.
his job. I do. I do. Like I said, I feel both sides, but like you said, it is a lot of negative energy. But I could see where people think that he did use them, right? I don't think that, right? But I do know that for sure it was a strategic plan because it allowed him to do things that he would have not been able to do at Colorado if he did not prove what he can do at Jackson
Yeah.
State University. So the freedom that he had at Jackson State University allowed him to be able to make the decisions and make the demands that he's making at Colorado.
Well, and then the
Woo,
other
that
thing
was
is this
good.
too.
It's good. It's
have
good.
you have someone that's been in the league for as long as he's been in. He's probably know how the game is played. You know what I'm saying? As far as the recruits,
Right,
you
right.
know, and getting, the team that he need, the team or whatever, and he wanted to prove something. You know what I mean? Which he has done. You know, he's basically proved that he can put a team together or whatever, and get out there and get championships. You know
I
what I
would have
mean?
loved to.
So to
I would have
have that
loved to
proof.
see him stay for 10 years or
Oh,
something.
okay, and that's another point that I was
You know what
going
I'm
to make. Because
saying? But
you would love to see him stay for 10
I'm
for
happy he
for a few more
was able
years.
to make some more money though.
I think in a way he might would have, for one, if because the whole thing came up about money as well.
It definitely probably was still.
You know what I'm saying? So you like he said it was 28,000 tickets sold. Oh, no, it was 60,000 tickets sold, but the amount of money that they got was worth only 28,000
We're missing something.
value. Yeah, right. So they basically he's wondering like where's that money go? The stadium was sold out. Why is it you telling me? Oh well, you only got like however, I don't know what the amount is. I don't know what the amount is, but obviously it didn't
That's
match
a
up.
lot of money.
It didn't add up.
You gotta think about
Yeah. Now
even
not
if
only that,
even if they selling tickets for $1, that's $60,000.
yeah,
And they're not selling the tickets for
yeah. Not only that,
$1.
I think also I just seen not too long ago, whatever that uh somebody broke in and stole all his shit at the college, like his.
Yeah, I think he ended up getting it back though.
Did he get it
Yeah,
back?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was what crazy too.
Yeah.
But still, my whole point is this: it's like we spending this. Everybody's putting all this negativity on the whole situation when
I mean, it's not a
I
negative
don't think it's.
situation at all.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
that
so.
we should be happy for him. I like I said, I would have liked to see him stay longer, but then I'm happy that the success that he had at Jackson State University allowed him, you know,
To do what
afforded
he,
him to
yeah,
get what he got now. And I think he
exactly.
deserved it. He did a great job at Jackson State University. He put them on the map. I'm with, I would have loved to see him see the money, get offered the
Right.
money and deny it and continue to do what he was doing because he's prime. He doesn't really need the money. But I ain't gonna hate on a brother getting some change. You know
But
what I'm
but
saying?
and the question also is, was there a counter offer? Was there kind of like the Jackson say, which
I
they
mean,
couldn't
they
afford.
can't
I
afford
doubt if they
five
can
million.
afford
They
it.
can they split up 1.2 for 4.
Exactly
For
right.
5 and it for a year.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right,
no,
right.
and I think that's another thing that it's just sticky, man, because once the majors know that once they go above a certain number, that the people just can't compete with that, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
just can't compete with that price range, and
Right,
so
right, right.
they weren't going to
You
get
got to get it
Deon
while you
after they
can.
offered him 5 million anyway.
Yeah, you got to
He
get it while
wasn't
you
coming
can.
back anyway. I kind of felt that in his voice. It's funny. I felt that like this year, towards the middle of the season, I just felt like Prime's out of here
Mhm.
because he's made so much success and he made so much noise over there.
And he
And they
proved
was whooping their ass out there. So
yeah, he proved his point.
he
Yeah.
proved his point. So I was like, he about to make a play. And then I seen he going to Colorado. But my thing is, he went from one of the went from a HBCU to a PWI, but he went to like a real PWI, like
Yeah.
Colorado. So it's like,
And
I guess it's
and
definitely about the money. But he said
yeah,
he's bringing some.
and it was the
He def
worst team.
and then he's
One of
definitely
the worst
bringing
teams in
something
that
in that division.
in that division.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
he's
saying?
definitely
And
bringing
it's to
some of the
prove something.
players
So
from HBCU.
it wasn't like what's one of the best teams like Alabama or someone like that or whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. Or
already had.
Clemson or
He going to a place where
Georgia.
he can continue to prove his point. It's his journey. You know what I'm saying? And with that journey, I feel like that he's opening up doors for others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And other football players that probably normally won't get looked at. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure he's gonna pull people from HBCUs. you know, or whatever to that they probably wouldn't have got a chance to do that. So that's how people have to look at it. Whatever, it's a positive thing, you know, when it comes over and over. Nick said, he is moving on to bigger things. How do folks grow? Can't be stagnant. That's
I
true.
agree.
Exactly.
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree.
Who's this Facebook? Who you? State your name. Give us your name. We gotta know who you are. Snuck of prey. Snuck of prey. What that mean?
That might
Where you
be
doing?
good.
Snuck?
Gussie.
Huh? I don't know. We don't never know who our Facebook people is. So go to YouTube, subscribe, so we know who you are, or either leave your name you know, when you leave a message, so we know who you are. You know what I'm saying? We like to give. We
But he
like to
put
give
him on a
names. We like
map,
to see
man.
our name. Huh?
He put him on a map because you
Yeah.
didn't even know who Jackson State was.
No.
A lot of people didn't know about, so.
Yeah. You know.
But
when
you
you
know,
selling
Jackson
out,
State is where, if I'm not mistaken, Jackson State is where Walter Payton went.
do you think? Do you
Yeah.
think?
I think Walter Payton went to Jackson State.
Do you think that now that he is going, like, say for next season?
They're not gonna be shit.
I don't think so.
No,
I know. I can't say they're not going to be shit, but they will be
they're
a
gonna be
contender.
decent.
You know what I'm saying?
They-
Because
but
he's
he-
taught from what
He
he's
taught,
taught,
yeah.
and whoever comes behind
He
him,
set a level.
yeah,
He did set
Yeah.
a standard.
yeah,
But I think that the reason why I say I would have liked to see him stay a little longer, I think that his celebrity and his notoriety brought it brought eyes to the school that wouldn't have been there.
it wouldn't have been.
You know what I'm saying? So now that he's gone, those eyes are definitely gonna be gone. The name Jackson
Only-
State is now in your brain,
But that's
but
only
you're
though it's this
not gonna
season,
be
though.
watching
Yeah. But we won't
as
know till next
much
season.
as they are, because prior to them, it was North Carolina A&T. But then A&T left the MEAC and they went to the Big South, if I'm not mistaken. And if you don't know about A&T, they were so motherfucking good. They like won the MEAC like 5, 6, 7 years in a row. You feel me? So he basically replaced them. So that's why I said I know that he knew what he was doing, because he got there right when North Carolina A&T, the true contender, was gone. And he capitalized off that moment. That's why I say that it was definitely strategic, because he went there to be the next powerhouse of the MEAC, because the powerhouse of the MEAC has now transferred to the Big South. And I know a lot of y'all don't know that, but I'm privy to this because I went to school in Virginia.
Right.
So I know a little bit about that.
Gus stuck out a prayer. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Gussie,
Yeah,
Gus. I knew
Gussie,
I
we
said I knew
appreciate
that
you
was Gus.
coming in,
I
man,
thought
for
that
a
was
check.
Gus.
Yeah, we
Hey,
kind of guessed.
Gussie
We kind of was
girl.
guessing it was you, but we
Gussie
wasn't for sure. We
girl.
don't want to be giving out names we don't know.
Make
you
sure
know
you
what I'm saying?
pray for us.
Yeah, pray. Pray. And we're praying for you. I hope everything is
all
good.
is
I hope you
well.
have a good holiday. Having a good holiday and Thanksgiving too. Because I don't know if I talked to you since then. I know we hit on Messenger Happy Thanksgiving, but you know, hope everything's good. So yeah, so that's it on Deon, man.
Yeah, but congratulations to Deon.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I said.
I
Kudos
just hate
to
to
him,
see.
man.
I just want to see how I look next year. I hope that.
Well, you're gonna see a difference in both. You're gonna
I
see a
hope the
difference in the
eyes.
HBCU, and then you're gonna see a difference in the team that he has. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee you,
Colorado's
I
gonna make a
guarantee you,
bowl game
Colorado's
for
gonna
sure.
make a.
Yeah, they definitely gonna make a
he's
bowl
able
game.
to recruit his own
Yeah,
people.
and then he's a winner though. Prime's a winner, man, and he's gonna bring a winning mentality, a winning attitude, a confident attitude. You look good, you feel good, you play good.
Right.
And he's gonna bring that attitude, and so $5 million, they really got him for cheap. Because Nick Saban, you know how much he makes.
I don't know, but I ain't
Making
got
a lot of he's making a lot of money.
But you just think is
And let me
just
see.
understand this though. After this year, after the next season, how much he's gonna end up making after that. That's the thing.
Let me see. Let me let you know exactly how much it's gonna be. Cause I gotta tell y'all, and then we're gonna go on to bigger and better things. But how much does Nick Saban make?
Crickets.
All right, y'all. So, for the purpose of clause, Saban's total salary is defined as his base salary and talent fee. In 2022, this would be $9,900,000.
Okay. It's only $4 million. That ain't nothing.
Shit. 4
Right.
million is 4 million,
Right,
man.
right,
But
right.
I'm just saying that's still lowball for the success
Of course.
that he got that he did do,
I
right?
mean, but you have to understand. I mean, it's only he only done 2 seasons.
Yeah, but
You
shit,
know what I'm saying?
they was nothing and they won
And they were
2
nothing.
divisional
But yeah,
championships.
but
So
still.
that's that. I would say that if it was a white coach, he definitely would have made more money.
Oh.
But
Mm.
so that's another story for another day.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
they kind of lowballed him, especially with the with the notoriety and the popularity that he's gonna bring. That alone is gonna sell tickets. So they're gonna recoup that money. Nick Saban is not. People are not going to the game to see Nick Saban
Right.
like they will to go see Prime.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So he off the dribble should be coming in as, and that's why I probably should have been his agent. He should have been coming more in at about 7.5 just for what he brings. But he's smart.
Yeah.
He's smart. See, watching he's strategic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he gonna go do 2 years or 3 or 4 years at Colorado,
That's what I said.
and then he gonna slap them over the
He gonna
head,
do 2. He
and
probably
he gonna
do.
make 15, and they gonna have to pay him
He
about.
probably
He gonna
do
have
2
to. He
years.
gonna make
He
more than
probably do
Saban.
2 years at most, unless he got some big ass offer from somebody else. It depends on how long his
Oh, you say you
contract.
gonna
His
gonna do 2
contract is.
years and then he to the NFL?
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely.
NFL gonna have to pay him
I
20
I
million a year.
guarantee you. I guarantee he probably end up being the highest NFL football coach at the time.
Pay football coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he is not
The
no
way he's setting
man.
it
He's on
up.
this shit. Gussie said, "Gotta go sing." Prayer is always for you. Yes, appreciate it.
Love you
Love you too.
too.
We love you too. That's what's up, Gus. All right, man. Let's get into the main topic of the day. We're talking about domestic violence, man. Domestic violence awareness, and I actually put this at the bottom of the screen. And sometimes I know we might have touched on that before, but one of the things that I wanted to, because sometimes when sometimes we kind of sweep things under the rug, and forget about those that has been uh, in those type of situations, domestic violence, situations, and there's different types or whatever. Um, and so I think it's always good to, have a point in time with us with our show to kind of remind people some of the things, the awareness of it, and also some of the things that they're capable of doing to recognize what's happening, or and also the things to avoid. When it comes to relationships, a lot of people get in relationships, and thinking that a lot of stories I've heard is that, oh, he loves me, you know what I mean, or she loves me. Either way, you know what I'm saying, and it's and they confuse that violence with love.
Love. Yeah.
It's not love.
No, it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? It's not love at all. It's not even really caring about you when they basically have to put their hands on you. Not only putting their hands on you, when they're demeanoring you, they're
Verbal abuse.
verbal abuse.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So those things,
Financial abuse.
even and financial abuse, and that's one of the things that's
I
going
know
to.
that's on there, right?
Yeah,
It should
yeah.
be in there.
Uh,
We should definitely touch on that because that's something that's not talked about.
yes, yes,
You
yes.
only hear about physical and then
Hmm.
verbal a little bit, but financial is a huge thing.
Right, right, right. So real quick, I'm just kind of go over the some of the statistics. Statistics.
Bust down
uh,
the numbers.
uh,
Give them the numbers.
uh, but domestic violence most often happens behind closed doors, making it appear that it happens less often than it actually does. The evidence points to not only growing awareness to help battle this issue, but more of concern on taking care of these victims. Too many of these victims are left without any help that help desperately need, because many states don't have the fundings or resources to account for all these cases. Certain states don't take domestic violence as seriously as they should, and victims are left without any real resolution, uh, which is, oh man, I some how can I put it? It's hard to, I want to say have an opinion, but it's hard to kind of like tell. I think it's hard for people to tell what is, how do I want to put this. Say for example, if you're in a situation, a domestic violence situation or whatever, it's hard to tell who's at fault sometimes. You know, and we're gonna talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like sometimes there's false domestic violence, accusations on each other and stuff like that. And we're gonna go through that so you guys can recognize that as well. But it's sometimes hard to tell through the court systems or even through when you go into to with dealing with the police and everything, whatever, who's at fault. And as males, we're always the one that basically takes end up taking the worst end of it, even if the female is at fault. So, uh, statistically, and I want to say it's different in every state, but I want to say here in California, every 56 minutes, another forcible rape is happening in the state of California. In 2007, California experienced 174,649 domestic violence cases, where a lot of them went unreported. Nearly 40% of those situations involved a deadly weapon. You know, uh, and when guns were found to be in the homes that was experiencing domestic violence, startling 64% of the victims claimed the gun was used against them. You know, and these are the things that you do have to understand and look out for, especially if you have if you have a male or female companion that has a violent temper, and they have a gun in the house, they keep a gun in the house, you know, you gotta consider that, understand that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to you guys arguing and in a domestic, having a domestic situation, to how to water that down or hold that down because that can turn into something very dangerous, for you and that person, just by having that gun on them or whatever, it can, something can bad can come from that as well. Um, Missouri is only 36% of women and 40% of men living in Missouri have experienced domestic violence in some forms of one time or another. 1 out of 7 women has been sexually abused in the state of Missouri. In 2012, there were as many as 1,500 rapes that were reported there. So there's a high number, and this is like years. Like this is what 2012. One of the reports from 2012. So it's higher now. It's even higher now. So it hasn't gotten less or whatever. But um, the reason I wanted to give those statistics real quick. Where my thing go? Where my thing go? Oh shoot! Hold on, guys. I'll be there. Oh, here we go. The reason I wanted to give that is because um, not only this state and Missouri, I just say those because those are most of our main listeners. I think in those states, whatever. Um, we're too quick to ignore when someone is going through a situation, you know, um, and once you see that they're are doing that, it's hard for them to get help, you know. So that's one of the reasons why you guys see the number scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Uh, Call the National Domestic Violence Hotline Support Resource Advice for your safety, and it's got the number there: 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-SAFE. 722-7233. Um, because you guys listen to it on the radio or on Spotify and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I
What's
mean,
that number again?
oh, 1-800. We're on 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-SAFE. Uh, 7233. All right. If y'all know how to spell safe on your phone, it's 7233. Um. So yeah, I mean, before I go further, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh man, yeah, man. I always said that as far as the rape, definitely. I always said I think women need to start carrying more pistols. I think one of these times, when one of these men jump out these bushes and y'all blow one of their fucking heads off, it'll lower for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I think that attempt rapes will go down because they know that y'all not scared and ain't playing with them. So to say this, to say that, I say women, all jokes aside, I will definitely say, I think all women, before I go into what I'll say, I think all women need to invest in some type of self-defense classes,
Mm.
some type of mace, and I call it the rape kit.
Mhm.
Make sure you keep you a nice pocket knife, keep your mace handy, and a stun gun. I think those 3 things keep some motherfuckers off you, man. Because I have a mother and I have daughters and I have sisters and my mother-in-laws,
Right.
wives, all that. So I worry about that. Now, far as domestic violence, man, I think that far as with men,
Mhm.
I think that a lot of the issues with men is we just kind of need to start checking ourselves, man.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think we need to take time, especially now with it just being outlandish, with men killing women. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And because they can't take it anymore, they don't want this woman to be with anyone else. I think that we need to really start working on ourselves emotionally.
Yeah.
I think it definitely starts with the man because a lot of the times, not saying that women don't beat men.
Right.
Let's kill that. But I'm thinking that I know that a lot of times these are men, like you said, one of your statistics is a lot of men killing their women, man. And a
Yeah.
lot of it is because they're just emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
It's not excuse, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? And I think that with us men, it's just another one of those examples where we need to start taking mental health and then also understanding how to control our emotions. I go through it all the time. Like I have a streak where I can be verbally abusive, right? Not disrespectful, but because of my past relationships, I have a toxic way of communicating sometimes.
Mhm.
And I have to go back and apologize and then start to change those behaviors. And even with just that, that's still a big deal on learning how to control the anger and then keep the wits when everyone around you is losing theirs. That's a famous saying. And I don't think I don't think that if a man is abusive, that he's abusive forever. I do think that he can change, but I do think that it takes real deep mental and cognitive work.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Far as the impact to lives and women and children, I think that we see it on a day to day. And I pray for a lot of women in the situations that they go through. And I think you made a great point. When you add firearms to the equation, man, it gets even more sticky.
Yeah.
So I think that to avoid all of this, I think it just starts at that emotional security and stability, man.
Yeah. 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 Real quick. Oh, I see. Veg is in the house. I see you, Veg.
Veg, where you been at?
Right. What's up, Veg? Victor's in the house. I see you, Vic.
What's up, Pops?
Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Who else we got in here? Chris McBride, you are absolutely correct.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. There's Veg. Great show, guys. Thanks, Veg.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
Veg. I
Appreciate you.
appreciate it.
Who we got? Okay, Michelle. She said, I have carried 4 years and thankfully what I carried for 4 years and thankfully have never had to defend myself. It's tools and there if what? It's a tool and there if I need it. It's a tool and there if I need it. It's a tool if there if I need it. That's what she said.
Absolutely, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
agree. I think I don't know women. I think that I'm not, and
I think it
I'm
has.
not going super NRA on y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me? I'm not going real Republican. I just do think that because there's the real reason, and that's what this is my opinion. The real reason why men do this shit is because they think that you guys are weaker than them, right? And
course.
not as
Yeah.
strong, right?
Right.
That's why they do it. But you motherfucker pop out on them bushes and you put a hole in his ass,
Yeah.
shit gonna get a little different because motherfucker
Well,
ain't.
first of all, you just shouldn't even be in the race.
No,
This is the thing.
but a motherfucker ain't gonna be too quick to
Yeah.
jump out the bushes if the last 2 rapists got shot.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
but
they didn't get the
this
rape,
the
they
thing.
got shot.
For one, if a female has a gun and don't have a violent history of doing crazy shit or whatever, then a nigga gonna think twice.
Oh, absolutely. You ain't gonna jump
You know
your
what I'm
ass out the
saying?
bushes if
You
you
ain't
think
gonna
a
do all
woman
that stupid shit. You know what I'm
armed.
saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But then you have those that are really are crazy enough to still kind of challenge that. Uh, remember, I've gotten shot
Yeah.
behind domestic violence
Yeah.
with
Right.
with
Yeah.
between a couple that I wasn't even
You didn't even have nothing to
having
do
shit
with
to
it.
do with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And and to your point, she had a gun.
Yeah.
She was a security guard, so she had a gun. You know, but that basically, I don't know, being the fact that he had one, made him retaliate and go back and get one to
And
come
so,
to get
so
to
you
come get
say
her.
the gun could also escalate the
It can
situation.
escalate the situation. You know what I'm
I
saying?
never
And
thought
that's
about it
what
like that.
that's why I kind of think it's like sometimes when you have that in the house, it can escalate if you guys having those problems instead of walking away and and understanding like this could go to somewhere. Let's just forget it. Let's leave. You know what I mean? Then that's what should be done. But that's not always the case. You know what I mean? This particular person that I know, he was a mental. He had a mental problem as well. You know, and when you with someone like that, you got to understand how to get out of that
Yeah, you got to be
completely.
careful too who
You know
you
what I'm
laying
saying? You
down
got to be
with too.
careful. Yeah, you know what I mean. So especially if they know that you have something that you can defend yourself with, they want to match what you got.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
so they can be just as powerful as you are when it comes to that, fighting or whatever, that type of thing. So,
I never understood that. I
mhm,
never understood rapists.
mhm,
I don't understand what the thrill from that shit is. I never got that.
no,
I don't want a woman that don't want me now, let alone trying to
to
take
force,
it. You
yeah,
know what
the
I'm
kind of
saying? So
fighting
I don't. I
force.
never got that, but I guess it's this sick power shit. But get that shit. I really feel like this shit ain't 1963, bro. Like those crimes gotta. Not saying that it's a small crime, right? I'm not taking away from a crime. It's a very serious crime, but it's like shit like that gotta stop, bro. You're grown enough. It's so many. It's Pornhub. It's all kind of sites and stuff and dating apps and all kind of ways for you to get your rocks off.
Exactly.
You ain't stuck with a Playboy magazine no more, bro. Tighten up, like for real, for real.
Right.
Get it together.
Shell said,
Far as
"Oh, go
men
ahead."
with their hands and putting their hands on women, tighten up as well, man. Get your fucking temper under control. Go take a walk, man, because they gonna max your ass out in the penitentiary,
Yeah.
man.
Shell said there's a lot of female
Antagonizers.
antagonizers.
I
What is wrong with my
I
voice?
agree with that. Now that also I think that we need to learn because this is something that I'm learning. Not saying my woman is an antagonizer. I think that sometimes we all do antagonizing things when we're frustrated. Get good at this shit. Um, um, but I noticed that I'm triggered by certain things,
Mhm,
right? You know what I mean? Like certain things can trigger you to react a certain way, and that's why I was saying that with us as men, because we're so emotional, because we haven't been taught how to properly express our emotions. We definitely have to be more cognitive on the way that we deal with triggers
right.
and antagonizers, right? If she's an antagonizing woman, one, you need to get out of that relationship because it's toxic. But also, when you are faced with a certain situation, you should know how to react to that because you're already doing the mental work. You get what I'm saying? And know, okay, she's antagonizing me. She's trying to trigger me to make to hurt her or do something.
Yeah,
But I do
Michelle's
think
making
that's a great point,
she's making a
Michelle.
point right here too. Some females will antagonize a man to the point of making a man angry.
I agree.
Violent.
I've been there.
And this one right here, she was saying that they actually once the person knows your trigger, they use it against you.
I
And
agree.
I agree so
Those
totally.
relationships you need to get your ass out of.
Okay, and it's one of the and this is like one of the things that I was going to talk about too, because those are guys that are like me, nice,
Like
good
me.
guys, right? Good guys
Good
like me.
guys.
Um, you have people that basically want to make you angry or want to push your buttons or whatever in order for you to do something bad so you can be in trouble to make themselves feel better. That makes sense? You follow that? In order for them to feel better, they have to make you feel bad. you know. And I have been in a situation before to where this is another thing as for you guys to understand too. When you are in that situation, sometimes when somebody, especially if you're able to break up with them, you know what I mean. You don't want to be with them. You know, oh well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You know, uh, for example, I was in a relationship where I didn't want to have any kids anymore. This person didn't want me, wanted me, was going trying to force me to have a kid by her.
Oh, she was holding you in.
She was trying to. And the fact that I wasn't going for it because I didn't want to do it for one, for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? And for me to come here to LA to do what I'm doing, you know what I mean? It would have just, I would have been on a whole different page. You know what I'm saying? Something else different. But that's not what I came to LA for. You know what I mean? If I wanted to have more kids, whatever, I would have stayed in Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Had a bunch of
So
kids.
exactly. So uh this person got mad, upset, falsely filed a domestic violence case on me. You know what I mean? And I had to, of course, rebuttal. I had to, go back and say that this, I had to get an attorney or whatever to make sure that this, this person will scream and holler just so the police will come because I'm black. She was Asian. You know what I'm saying? And she screamed and hollered just so someone else. She never called the police at the time. Someone, she wanted someone else to call, right? Which nobody really called because
We don't talk
my
about
neighbors
that.
knew me. My
That-
neighbors knew me, so they knew that if you ain't in there doing no crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it was. It was kind of like she was mad and I'm like, why are you even screaming? My point was, why are you screaming? And so she's trying to work me up,
Mhm.
frustrate me,
So
so
you
I
could,
do
so
something
yeah.
in order
So
so
she got
I
an
be in
excuse
behind
to get
bars.
you in trouble.
Yes, and thank God, you know what I'm saying? Thank God I was calm, I was cool. It's kind of like me. I started looking at you like you're crazy as hell, and I'm just learning this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean? And that's
finally
how I started
realized that
looking
you
at it.
crazy as shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to watch out for people like that, you know what I'm saying? And some people will do that, or some women and men, you know what I'm
Hell
saying, will
yeah,
do it,
man.
will do that or whatever just to get you in trouble just cause. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that or whatever. Did you just say she was holding you in? Oh my gosh, dude, that is so toxic. Yes, we're going that's going to go into our next topic too, Shell, toxic, being toxic. Uh, but yeah, she was trying to. I don't know what Fat Boy meant by holding me in.
Yeah, I understand that. I was trying to say she wasn't trying to let you pull out.
Right. Right. But
No, but I'm
so
that's something that we don't talk about, right?
right.
We don't talk about that part of domestic violence, which does not get as much as light as the actual people who are being abused in these things, because there are women out here that are antagonizing men to hit them so they can keep them, or to put them in a situation like in a thin line between level of hate, that kind of situation. Um, and then there's also false claims of rape and false claims of these things, and
Yeah, and
it
I think that's why it's so hard with the tradition. The tradition.
traditional.
Why it's so hard with the traditional system where for when it's too much proof you gotta show or too much this and that or whatever, uh and then sometimes that relationship sometimes lasts longer than what it should be because they end up back together,
Uh-huh.
that type of thing. So it's hard for them to justify what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I get that when it comes to the courts and stuff like that or whatever, but uh I think at the beginning or during your relationships or whatever, these are things that you need to look out for. One of the things is extreme jealousy, right? A bad temper, verbal abuse, animal cruelty. Believe it or not, yes. Like if they're pretty bad with the animals, shit, they might be just as bad with you.
Yeah.
The controls all the finances, and I think that was one of my situations where they had more control of the finances than I did. You know what I mean? Yeah, to where
They was trying to use they
force
financial,
yeah,
yeah.
forcibly do it. I didn't
Financial
know. I
abuse.
wish I knew this then that I knew now, you know what I'm saying? But hypersensitivity and unpredictability. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things, some of the things to look for, whatever. If you guys want to see more of those, go to domesticviolence.org and gives you more information. You know, especially in the even in the LGBTQ community is bad too. It's getting real
Yeah.
bad. Mostly with them, it's more of jealousy, and a lot of from what I'm reading, from what I've read, jealousy, and then just kind of like the verbal abuse of it. You know what I mean? That type of thing, whatever. So those are things to look out for, guys. Why I got the camera on you still?
I'm looking at you and
That's
shit.
I know, right? That's how you look at. Those are the things to look out for when it comes to domestic violence, you guys. Shell said, "Oh my God, Steve, that is so toxic." Oh, that's the same stuff. Okay, got it. But yeah, um, I've been in those situations, but then not to say that everybody has those type of situations. You know, you have to understand that when you're fighting with someone to a certain level where you guys are you're not discussing,
Mhm.
you're arguing, everything's out of control. You ain't even thinking about what you're saying.
Nope.
You just want to rebuttal, just get it back. You know what I'm saying? Get them back or whatever, that type of thing. Uh, that's when it gets into being a toxic relationship,
Absolutely.
and that toxic relationship turns into violence, and
It
it
turns
turns
into a
into
domestic
domestic, yeah,
violence
violence
or
and stuff
abuse
like
or
that, or
whatever.
abuse. Exactly. You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
those are things that we need to look out for. You know, that part. That part. What you say, Shell? What is that? What does that mean?
Preach.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't know my emojis. That's what that mean. Preach,
Like
preach,
speak. You speaking.
speak.
You
Oh,
talking.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what else as far as when it comes to domestic violence, what else to look out for? Let me see real quick, you guys. And I guess one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it, man, I guess when I the false uh uh complaints on someone is probably like the worst you can do to someone.
Yeah. I think they should be. I think that shit should be.
You know.
I think a person who commits rape and does domestic violence, it should be a crime for that, like it is. And think a person that lies about rape
Yeah.
and domestic violence
Yeah.
should be prosecuted as well.
And you
It
know
should be
what?
a crime for that.
I didn't know at the time that I could have sued, or I could have, you know what I'm saying?
For defamation of character.
Yes, I
Yeah.
didn't know that at the
Yeah.
time. You know what I
Civil
mean?
lawsuit.
Because they looked us as males as the dominant one,
Yeah.
and the one that caused it and all that type of stuff. And she's all
And
extra
you
scared
could
and
have
all that
man,
type
you
of
could
stuff.
have got some real
You
good
know,
money from her
yeah,
too, man.
but but to these guys that putting y'all hands on these women,
Tighten up.
come on, man.
Tighten up.
You know what I mean? If you have to do that,
Get up out
leave.
of there. Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Same thing, women. If you got to put your hands on your man, that's something that's going to escalate to something even bigger, even worse. You know. And why do you want to live your life on that negative? In a negative relationship like that, it doesn't make sense. So I just want you guys to understand that when it comes to arguing, when it comes to fighting and stuff like that or whatever, your relationship is not good. Your relationship is toxic. It's toxic, and that's the lead way into our next topic as well. It's been in a toxic relationship, because that leads to that. But we already go. Real shit. Shell said if a person argues with an ex, how they treat their priors is how they would treat you or worse. Um, if a person argue with an ex, how they
It's,
treat their not
it
really.
depends on if they grown or not.
It depends on I mean, because I think you can. Some people are raised in a toxic family. You know what I'm saying? Where he might have somebody might have seen their pops do something, or they seen the mom act a certain way or whatever. So when they got into a relationship, they start acting in those manners. But I think sometimes people will learn, what I'm saying, from a bad relationship in order to have a good relationship. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think some people will learn that the fact that like what they seen in their families before, that they will actually not take that into their relationship.
Yeah.
You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying? That type of thing. especially if they get in trouble. If they're in trouble, they're kind of like, oh well, shit. I might not see my pops and them get in trouble, but hell, I did. So I ain't. If I'm with my next relationship, I'm not gonna
I'm not
be
gonna
that
do
way.
that. Yeah.
So some people will learn. Can learn from it, but you do have some assholes that just kind of like think that's the shit and that's how it should be, and it's not. For those of you who y'all think if y'all think y'all that person that feel like they can put their hands on women or women put their hands on men. That's not happening. That's not cool. She said yes. If they lie, they should they should go to jail. Yeah, that's what I said too, Shell. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I wish I knew what I knew now, as opposed to being able to press charges on that person. You know what I mean? And get, but my whole thing was kind of like, let me just get away from it,
Yeah.
get out of it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And that was to me. It's kind of like, that's not what I came here for. I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction of making, or making me, or tearing me down.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to get from that. Uh, can't do what? Chris said can't do a TB. What's a TB? And I'm terrible with
This nigga
no Bratty.
ignorant.
You must. What's that? An inside joke at
No,
all?
no Brady. Yeah, this
Uh,
nigga stupid.
obviously, it's the inside.
Ah,
um, so yeah, yeah.
ignorant, dog. No, for real.
But have you? Well, I'm sure you have. I think we went over this as well before. Been in a toxic
No
relationship.
no Brady, though, for real. No TV, no
Yeah.
Brady.
Right.
Ah, you ignorant, Chris. No
Uh,
Brady, though, for real.
why did I say it? Okay. Have you ever asked yourself why you stayed in a toxic relationship?
Hell yeah. What was
And
the answer?
yeah.
I can give you a smooth and simple answer. I love them more than I love myself.
Mm.
That was pretty much it.
That's what kept you in it.
That's what kept me in it. Ignorance.
Wow.
I think the moment when you start loving yourself more than you love someone else,
Mm-hmm.
in situations like that, I think you realize your worth. And once you realize your worth, you start to realize like this is just a toxic situation. I don't need it. I think that you kind of sit in some shit. One, you may not even know that it's a toxic
That's what I was
situation
gonna say.
because you
Do you
may be
even
used
know?
to it as normal.
Right.
But once you start to know self, like my boys say, knowledge of self, and you more aware of who you are, right, of self-worth, then you start to realize like this is not good for my well-being, right? This is not good. This doesn't help me be the best person that I can be. So not only is it toxic, it's deflating, it's taking away from the person that I am. So I do need to make the decision to be the better person that I am. But I don't think that that can happen until you love yourself more than you love that person.
Yeah. I myself, and it's kind of the same. I think I love that person more than I did myself. You know what I mean? Or I kind of had that struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I didn't want to be selfish because I wanted to be there for them. You know what I mean? Not that I didn't really love myself, but I just didn't want to be selfish. So I kind of stayed because I felt like I can make it better. Just by who I am, my character, I'm thinking, oh, I can make this person, I can make it better. There's nothing that they can do to kind of tear me down to the where,
Mhm. Mhm.
this is going to be a real bad
Mhm.
relationship. That's my thought. You know what I mean? At the time, um, to stay in it as long, it's kind of like to recognize it and stay in it as long as I did or whatever. I think it was kind of like, you know, more so of like some people stay in a toxic relationship because they're scared to be alone or they don't want to be alone. Not to say they're scared to be alone, but they don't want to be alone. They want to be with someone, and that one that they have for that time being, you know, is their punching bag, so to speak. And that's one of the things that I, had to get away from. It's kind of like, I know you don't want to be alone, but hey, we ain't gonna go through this. We ain't gonna do this. You know. Um, some of the things, some of the signs you guys for a toxic relationship is the communication. You know, you have a toxic communication instead of kindness and mutual respect. Most of your conversations are filled with sarcasm or criticism and fueled by contempt. You know what I mean? Do you catch yourself making snide remarks to your friends or family members? Maybe you repeat what they said in a mocking tone when they're in another room. You know, so you know how someone basically, you know, kind of like repeat. You know how you remember when you was little, your moms was like, you know, don't quit repeating off of me, boy, because you've been smart, you've been
Mm-hmm.
a smart ass. You know, and so as a grown person, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like when somebody's mocking you like that, you know, that triggers something. You know what I mean? And it causes and builds into a bigger argument, whatever. You know, you have those that envy you of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, it's crazy because it's kind of like I've been through this shit. You know, I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a relationship with someone kind of like was really jealous of the fact that I was good with my kids. You know, and that I, you know, by you know, I did when they with me. You know, it was kind of like they were jealous of the kid because of the attention that I gave to my kids. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that as well. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I've been
saying?
in that.
And of course, I had to let that go.
Yeah, that's never
You
gonna
know,
work.
when someone's trying to talk you or take you away from a situation with your kid that they know that you love and you care about. You know what I'm saying? And they want to be like all about them. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not giving me enough attention. You do everything for her and your kid. That's my kid. It's a kid. You know what I'm saying? That's toxic.
Yeah,
That's
very much
toxic.
so.
You know what I mean? Real quick, timing. What Shell say? What you say, Shell? Timing is everything. You have to plan a getaway, and sometimes you have to leave stuff behind just for for sanity. And that's what I did, Shell. I left a lot behind, a
Yeah, you
lot.
gotta plan to get away.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't plan it. I didn't plan a getaway because the situation was too escalated for me to plan a getaway. You know what I mean? Like if and I didn't see it as something that was going to be ongoing or get to the level that it did. You know what I'm saying? I just thought like, okay, we had this argument or whatever. That's fine. Things will be cool. But then when you try to involve the law with it, that's when shit is. And so I didn't have time to plan anything as whatever. And it was kind of like I was like, forget it. You can have whatever. I'm gone. Because I'd rather be out here struggling in the streets than be in a fucking jail cell and
No,
have a
yeah, for
record
real.
and the rest of my life
For
I
real, it'd
can't
be
do I
over.
can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll have a normal life for the rest of my life or whatever because of one ignorant ass person. You know what I mean? Trying to mess up your life because they're not happy. That type of thing. What else do we have? What else do we have? What else do we have? Uh
What we got? Let me get some in the comments.
there's nothing. I think Shell was oh shit, I didn't see that. All right, what does it say?
Shell says, like
No.
how
Who's sex
photo my
fine biz?
sister.
Hey, are we being what do you call it?
Look at my face.
No.
That's
are we being what is it?
spam.
Yeah, spam. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys for the bad comments that's been put up. I think that's spam or something
I
or
mean,
whatever
we on our way.
coming in on our shit.
We on our way, Fuel. We on our way.
Like what the hell? What the hell they got to do with anything? Sexfine.biz. Okay. Anyway, that ain't what we're talking about. Whoever you are. So yeah. So as far as when it comes to toxic relationships, you guys, keep a lookout for certain things like hell, control behavior. That's one. Control behaviors, resentment, dishonesty, patterns of disrespect. Those type of things. And it's funny that we have to continue repeat these things or whatever because we forget.
Yeah.
We forget. We look we talk about it during the show or something like that, but then months go by, whatever. You might forget those
Yeah, to think that shit that you even be participating in toxic behavior your damn self. You know, we
Exactly.
be
You
so
end
quick
up
to call
doing it.
somebody else toxic, but you done some toxic shit this week.
Yeah.
I know I have, and so it just teaches you to check yourself. You
Yeah.
feel me? And for even understanding that when you're verbally communicating in your relationship with your spouse, that's a form of abuse if you're disrespecting them to a certain way.
Mhm.
And understanding that, right? And understanding how to do things different and to combat that kind of behavior and change that kind of behavior. So I think it's something that's needed. The discussion is a constant discussion that needs to be had
Oh yeah. It.
because, or it's a discussion that needs to be had
Mhm.
consistently, um, because we just need to be more cognitive of our behavior.
Your dirty sites tracking your cookies. That's what Veg said. The
Oh,
dirty tracks need to get off our shit. That's what whoever that is. Uh, Shell says great. Um, it was a point I was going to make when you were saying something just now. I can't remember if damn it, I had a good point till I got interrupted right there. Damn it, damn it! I hate that. Um, it was something about the maybe oh, that's what I was going to say. When your family or when you when someone in your family ignore like try to avoid you. You know what I mean? Like, say, like if it's your cousin or auntie or uncle, there sometimes they might be, and you know that they've been in a toxic relationship or whatever, because you won't hear from them
yeah,
for a long time.
yeah. I get
Someone
what you're
that you
saying.
normally hear for
Yeah,
often, you
yeah,
won't hear from them.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, what the hell's going on?
yeah,
When you have someone, you guys in your family or your friends that's like that, someone that you normally always hear, and you know that their relationship ain't really solid or whatever. Check in on that person.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Check in on that person because they probably going through something or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which even it goes from that, it goes to stress and all these type of things or whatever. You know what I mean? When that person might not be all right. You know. So when you guys see those or whatever, definitely check up on your friend, check up on your relatives and stuff like that. When they kind of avoid uh talking to you, or if you never heard them, or even when they don't come on the holidays, that normally they there every year. You might want to check up on them. You know what I mean? So that part. That's the point I was trying to make right
Yeah.
there. Save the cookies. What did that mean? Save the cookies. Oh, let's chill. You talking about our cookies, whatever, man. The cookies on the
The spam. Yeah,
yeah, the
that's what
spam. I ain't saving it.
cookies is your information.
Unless it's something that can look, unless it's something that can boost our views.
No, for real. I mean, we on our way. They trying to
Right,
spam
right,
some real.
right. What
Trying
you
to
got?
spam a player, dog.
That's kind of like what all I got so far. I mean, I could get more deeper into it or whatever, but it's kind of I don't want to give too much
Yeah.
information. You know.
Just I would just say, out of all these things, they kind of basically touch the same topic, man. Just kind of be more cognitive in your behavior, man.
Mhm.
Let's just kind of start to get rid of this toxic behavior by acknowledging these triggers, acknowledging these traumas, acknowledging our pain, and
Mhm.
then working towards making them better.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's a big part of domestic violence. I think that's a big part of toxic relationship. I think that is just, hurt people,
Mhm.
and I think a big part of that is just kind of working on self
Mhm.
and understanding who you are. I
Mhm.
think focusing on your well-being is the best for the relationship, and not being selfish in that, but being selfish in your health, your mental health, and your mental stability, because I think that it plays a huge part in how people behave with in relationships and outside of relationships, personal or professional.
So my brother was right. Got to ask about their past traumas. Yes,
Absolutely gotta ask about
that's
their
a good
past
point,
trauma.
Chris. Definitely ask about their past
No, for
traumas. You
real.
know what I mean?
That's an
Uh,
inside joke too.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
Marlon's brother.
oh, okay. Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah, yeah, that's Marlon brother.
um, Asking about that. Well, I mean, but the same with this as well. Asking about someone's past or whatever. Like my situation or whatever with the whole domestic thing, whatever. It was. to the point where it wasn't me being domestic. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like I was caught in the situation where they wanted me to catch me into.
To domestic,
Yeah,
yeah. That
and
toxic
which
behavior.
I basically fought it
Mhm.
and won. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Because I fought it, whatever, and they just threw it out. You know what I'm saying? But it was still the fact that I had to go through that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. But that's
You know,
because she was already toxic anyway.
right?
So,
You know,
you go
that
through
was, that
that.
was a long. I was with that person for a long time before I found that out. Man, that was crazy.
I think a lot of times we had a few shows. Shit, that was probably one of our first shows with us back together. Just that's what I said. Hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? People show what they representative, man. And then like we avoid a lot of the red flags too.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you seen little shit, you just didn't probably pay attention to it.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? You seen it, and I think that that's also a part of understanding who you are and realizing that I ain't gotta deal with certain things. I think that's my issue now. Is just I'm so like I'm so self worth. Like I ain't got to deal with that, and
Yeah,
I'm almost running now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead of standing firm. And you know what I'm saying. So that's where I'm dealing with now because I'm like, I'm not dealing with some of the shit that you dudes is dealing with, man.
Yeah.
As
And
far
I
as
think sometimes,
behavior, as far as
yeah,
how I
sometimes people,
feel and my
you
emotions.
know, one of the worst things people hate is to be ignored.
Yeah,
You know, especially I'm gonna just say women. I'm just saying from my experience.
they gonna get you.
If you, I know, right? But if you ignore a woman when she's arguing with you,
Oh yeah,
oh my God, dude, I think that's a trigger, you know what I'm saying, for them or whatever.
it's
Because
something.
yeah, because it was kind of like you ain't hearing me. Oh, you think I'm on some bullshit? You know what I mean? And it just escalate and goes from there, whatever. So that's just something I learned, whatever. Sometimes I want to, so I really won't ignore you, but I will try to diffuse the situation or diffuse the conversation to where maybe we need to talk about it a little bit later. Maybe we need to take a minute or whatever, you know, and talk about it later, that type of thing. Uh Ben said, "Yes, you guys sound grown. Ha ha, so much growth." Thank you, Veg.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
I feel we growing a little bit more.
I
I
appreciate that.
appreciate it.
I
Appreciate it.
appreciate that.
Shell says, yes, some past dramas, if healing hasn't taken place, it can trickle down to you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, go with that.
Yes, hurting people hurt others, whether it's a significant other or even family members. I agree, Michelle. I agree. I think it's just projection of one's feelings
Exactly. Yeah.
about self.
Yeah. But man, that's gonna do it, man. I
That's it
think
for
that was
today.
yeah. I think
No
we
dear
I
brother,
think we
dear
made a little point. We made our
no
point.
dear brother, dear sister this week.
No dear brother, dear sister this week.
Oh man, I'm about to go
We've been
off on
slacking.
y'all.
We've been slacking. We've been slacking.
Hey
But we
man,
haven't been asking neither.
yeah,
So
where y'all at, man?
yeah. So yeah,
Where y'all
we're
at?
gonna have
Matter
to
of
get some
fact,
more dear brothers and
Michelle,
sisters.
Michelle, I need you. I'm calling people out. Michelle, I need you to send us a dear brother and a dear sister.
Yeah.
Chris,
Veg.
I need you to send us a dear brother and a dear sister.
Veg.
Veg, I need you to send us a dear brother and dear sister.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
everybody on this feed to send a dear brother and dear sister to the email fired up broadcasting at gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's fired up broadcasting at gmail.com. Make sure you title it Dear Brother, Dear Sister. It shouldn't be no longer than a minute, right? Just ask your question. We really want to hear it. You see, the end of the show is dead without it.
Right.
So we really need y'all. It's my favorite part of the show. I was really excited about it today, but it's all right. So once again, make sure y'all send y'all recorded messages to fired up broadcasting at gmail.com and title it Dear Brother or Dear Sister.
Yeah.
That's fired up broadcasting at gmail.com.
And another thing too, for dear brothers and dear sister, you guys, you can email it. You can send a letter as well. You can, you know what I'm saying, and we'll read it
And
if
you
y'all
can
need
send
to.
you can send a video
And you
to it
send a
too.
video to her
If you
too.
want to just
Yeah.
send a video and
Yeah.
you don't want to go to your video memos, to your voice memo, just send a video, little short joint, email it, and Phil will put it up right here. And I would say, I think you can entice your friends with. I want you to send it to your friends, but I think you can entice your friends by sending a video because everybody wants to see their face on the screen.
Chris said he see a lot of he's got a lot of dear sisters. Trust. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
Chris.
well send us 3
Let's
of
send
them
it,
then.
baby. Yeah.
Send us 3 of them.
Let's send it, man. And then also, you guys, those dear brothers and dear sisters are going to be on our TikTok page. Matter of fact, if you guys aren't already on our TikTok page, it's that Fired Up Broadcast. Just go to TikTok and pull up Fired Up Broadcast. Not broadcasting, Fired Up Broadcast. They wouldn't give us enough letters to, characters to put the whole thing. But it's Fired Up Broadcast, and you will see your dear brother and dear sisters on TikTok as well. You know what I mean? That's what's up. All
Yep.
right, man. I think that's gonna do it,
That's
man.
it.
I think we covered a
We did good too.
little bit or whatever. If
Did
you
good.
guys have anything as far as ideals for topics and anything like that, hit us up
Also,
at
fired up
firedup.broadcasting at
at
gmail.com
gmail.com.
as well.
Send your topics in too, y'all.
Yeah,
I
that's what I mean. If
appreciate
you got
that,
any
man.
certain topics y'all
And
want
I
us to
also
talk
want to
about.
let y'all know, thank y'all for tuning in every week, man. Our loyal viewers, our loyal listeners, if you're listening via any of your streaming platforms, your Spotify, your iTunes radio, your Apple radio, whatever. Thank y'all, man, for tuning in. And now this year, man, y'all have a responsibility to blow us up.
Right.
So I need y'all to do y'all due diligence, because we're gonna apply a little bit more pressure over here, and we want y'all to apply more pressure because I know y'all love it. So let people know why y'all love it, and let people know.
Yeah.
And send us out some money.
Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Y'all
Send
see
out some
Fired Up
money to make
Broadcast
sure we
donations
keep the
at the
doors open.
GoFundMe
keep
is
these
still
lights
there.
on.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep the lights on in the joint or whatever. So definitely, if you guys feeling gifting for Christmas, that's what I want for a gift. Donate to Fired Up Broadcasting on GoFundMe, on our GoFundMe page. All right. That as well. And then also remember next week we got Shades of Monogamy.
In
Our
the
guest
building.
next week
I
will
got
be
some
here.
great topics
We
for
got
them.
so if you got any questions for them about relationships, as far as being in an open relationship, that's what we're going to be talking about next week. We got some more stuff going on with that. And then also I just want to say what's up to Let Us Speak Truth. She could actually Nick hosts her show on Sundays. I think
Yeah,
it's
we need this.
Sundays
I need
and
to
Wednesdays.
join. I think it's
Yeah.
at 7, right?
Yeah, at
It's
7
at
on
7.
Sundays. Yeah, Sundays and Wednesday evenings, I believe.
Yeah.
And Nick, you know I ain't coming on until you come on.
When you coming up here, I was gonna say, when you coming up
Right,
here,
right,
so
right,
we
right,
can
right.
get you on the
We
show,
always tease each other on that.
and we can really talk and get it in here. Nick, next time you come in town, man, we need to figure something out. You need to come around on Thursday or something.
Veg said make what is tax deductible. Make sure what is tax deductible. Oh yes, it is. Your GoFundMe is tax deductible. Exactly. Anything that you donate is
tax
tax
deductible.
deductible. Yes, exactly. So yeah, help a brother out. Help us out up in this joint. Man, that's gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
And
And
remember,
remember,
if they talking about you behind your back,
they
behind you for a
reason.
Peace.
Peace.
Bah, 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 bah,
Bye, 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 bye.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man.
We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it.
I had it.
And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back,
they behind you for a reason. Peace.